Some cultures don't chase happiness loudly, yet they seem to live calmer, longer, and more grounded lives. And Japan is one of them. Not because life there is easier or free from struggle, but because psychology is quietly built into everyday habits that shape how the mind responds to stress, meaning and emotional control over time, creating calm not through force, but through consistency and awareness. This transformation isn't dramatic or loud. It happens subtly through small daily behaviors, and one of the most powerful of these is Kaizen, the idea of continuous micro-improvement, which works because the human brain resists sudden change but welcomes small, safe actions that don't trigger fear or pressure, allowing progress to happen without overwhelming the nervous system. Most people fail at self-improvement, not due to laziness or lack of discipline, but because they attempt to change everything at once, setting goals so large that the brain responds with avoidance. While Kaizen lowers resistance by focusing on tiny wins that release dopamine in a healthy way, reinforcing consistency and gradually reshaping identity until you no longer see yourself as someone trying to change, but as someone who naturally shows up. Another deeply rooted concept is Ikigai, a quiet reason to wake up each morning, not a grand mission meant to impress the world, but a personal sense of meaning that gives direction to everyday life. And psychologically, this sense of purpose stabilizes emotions, reduces anxiety, and makes challenges feel manageable rather than overwhelming. People who live with Ikigai don't avoid hardship or stress. Instead, they face difficulty without feeling empty, because meaning organizes the mind, gives structure to ordinary routines, and acts as a psychological anchor that keeps the nervous system from drifting into chronic tension. Hara Hachi Bu reflects the same awareness applied to the body, teaching people to stop eating when they are about 80% full, not as a restrictive diet but as a practice of mindfulness that reconnects the brain with bodily signals that modern distractions have silenced. By slowing down and paying attention while eating, awareness is retrained, and this awareness doesn't stop at food. It carries into emotional reactions, decision-making, and impulse control, making people more likely to pause, reflect, and respond intentionally rather than automatically. Shinrin-Yoku, or forest bathing, addresses another modern imbalance by removing constant stimulation and allowing the nervous system to reset through slow, present interaction with nature, without goals, without devices, and without pressure to perform or achieve anything. When the body is surrounded by natural elements, stress hormones decrease, heart rate slows, and the parasympathetic nervous system activates, reminding the mind what calm actually feels like after long periods of artificial stimulation and mental overload. Wabi-sabi introduces the acceptance of imperfection, offering relief from a culture of comparison and performance that constantly demands flawlessness. And psychologically, this philosophy softens self-criticism, reduces anxiety, and allows growth without the constant feeling of inadequacy. Instead of viewing flaws as failures, Wabi-sabi teaches that imperfections are evidence of experience and authenticity, encouraging people to improve without punishing themselves or feeling unworthy in the process. Kaizen represents emotional discipline, not through suppression, but through control, allowing emotions to exist without letting them dictate behavior. And this balanced strength creates resilience by teaching the nervous system that discomfort is survivable and does not require immediate escape or emotional display. With Kaizen, anger can be felt without impulsive reaction. Sadness can exist without collapse, and stress can be endured without spreading it to others, creating internal stability even during external difficulty. Omotenashi reflects social intelligence through thoughtful consideration, where small acts of awareness toward others reduce social friction, strengthen trust, and create environments that feel calm and cooperative rather than tense or competitive. Psychologically, focusing attention outward reduces self-conscious anxiety and increases belonging, reminding individuals that they are part of a shared system where harmony benefits everyone, including themselves. Kintsugi offers one of the most powerful metaphors for psychological growth, repairing broken pottery with gold, and highlighting cracks instead of hiding them, teaching that damage does not reduce value but adds meaning through history and resilience. Applied to life, Kintsugi reminds us that pain, failure, and loss do not define weakness but can deepen understanding, empathy, and strength. A process psychologists describe as post-traumatic growth, where healing comes not from erasing the past, but integrating it with wisdom. When these habits are viewed together, a clear pattern emerges. They work because they align with human psychology rather than fighting it, reducing resistance, calming the nervous system, and reshaping identity gradually instead of forcing rapid transformation. They do not rely on motivation or dramatic effort. They rely on consistency, and consistency rewires the brain in ways that last far beyond temporary inspiration or emotional highs. The key is not to adopt all of these habits at once, but to choose one small shift, one gentle practice that feels almost too easy. Repeat it daily until it becomes natural, and only then allow another habit to layer itself into your life. This is how calm minds are built, how meaningful lives take shape, and how lasting change happens quietly, intentionally, and sustainably, one small decision at a time.